Hey team, this is Dr. Tim coming at you guys with another Self-Care Saturday. And for this Saturday, what we're going to be talking about is a question I get a lot of times in the clinic is going to be when to use a foam roller, when to use a lacrosse ball, and when should I really be like stretching to try to lengthen some muscles out. Okay, so we're going to kind of go through the three of those, talk about my recommendations on when to use those to hopefully help you guys kind of reduce some muscle pain, some soreness in and out of the gym, and help prep you for some great movement as you're going throughout your day and through your workouts. All right, team, so the first tool we're going to be talking about is going to be the lacrosse ball, okay? If you haven't been able to tell by now, the lacrosse ball is probably one of my favorite tools that we can use for releasing tight muscles, okay? And you've probably noticed from some of my other videos, when I tell people to use the lacrosse ball, I typically want you getting it on those tight points within a muscle and letting it hold onto there for at least a good couple minutes or more than that until the tenderness goes away. Now with the lacrosse ball, we can actually utilize this before or after a workout, okay? It's totally fine to do either way. If you're noticing some nagging spots before you're about to hop into a workout, kind of like as you're getting ready, getting warmed up and you want to release them, go ahead, roll out the area and get a quick release in there. Or if it's a long-standing thing, you've been noticing tightness in a muscle for a while, you can also use the lacrosse ball at any other time, spend some more time on it and really get a good deep release into those muscles that have been nagging you. All right, team, so the next one we'll be talking about is the foam roller, okay? Foam roller, another great tool that we can use also before and after a workout, okay? With the lacrosse ball, you're actually gonna get a little bit deeper release than you're gonna get with the foam roller, and I actually do tell some patients sometimes to use the foam roller at times as like a scanning tool of a muscle to then find those tight knots within the muscle that then you can hit with the lacrosse ball. But in general with the foam roller, great to use before a workout to get some more blood flowing, to get a slight release on the muscle and the fascia before you hop into a workout on some areas that might be tight, or just in general throughout the day after the workout, totally fine to use as well. Again, if you are noticing those areas that are tight and nagging you, but if you do need that deeper release that you're finding some tight points with the foam roller, go ahead and then grab the lacrosse ball and get that longer release when you need it. All right, team, so the last thing we're gonna be talking about today is gonna be stretching, okay? Now, typically for my patients or anybody else that I talk to about stretching, what I tell them is if you're gonna do like a longer stretching session, like a ROM WOD or something like that, we're holding stretches for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, and we're doing multiple sets of different body parts and everything like that, I typically don't recommend that you do that before you work out. Okay? The reason being is as we're getting ready to do dynamic movements like heavy lifts or anything like that, we typically want to prep our muscles in a more dynamic way. It's absolutely great to do some stretching beforehand, but if you're going to be doing that longer stretching, like I said, like a ROM WOD or else something like that, I definitely recommend that you don't do that before a workout and that you hit that after a workout or later in the day to really get those muscles to lengthen out and calm down.